Hi everyone, Bailey here. We will be reviewing the rectangle command today as introduced in Chapter 3. If you would like to follow along, please turn to page 3-2 of our textbook. That's Chapter 3, page 2. So as you have been introduced in earlier chapters, the very first thing you need to get in the habit of doing each time you begin an AutoCAD file is setting your units. So again, begin by typing the word units, and we are brought into our drawing units dialog box. And you'll want to make sure, especially for interior design, that we are using architectural and, as the book indicates, with a precision of 1/16 inch. So now that our units have been set, we can follow the command prompts for the rectangle tool. The textbook introduces each tool using the icons feature, so you should be exploring, recognizing some different icons as they will be introduced for each command. So on the draw panel of our home ribbon, you will see on the top right of this panel is the rectangle icon. If you hover, you are provided a prompt and some basic instructions on how to use the command. You are also prompted, after you have clicked on that icon, with a command line prompt. So it will tell you that you need to specify the first corner point, and as you pull away, then you need to specify the other corner point. This is similar if you guys have used other digital drafting type software. Again, that's click to start, pull away, click to finish. You'll notice that the command ends each time that we complete a rectangle, and so to continue drawing multiple rectangles, you either need to manually click the Enter key, which repeats the previous command, click to start, click to finish, or you can click the spacebar key to repeat the command, click to start, click to finish. So you can see that this is a pretty quick, intuitive tool, but if we want to be more precise with our measurements for our rectangle, we need to use an option of the rectangle command itself. So this is introduced on page 3-3, and this is called the dimensions option. So if we again click spacebar to repeat our rectangle command, you'll notice, I'm going to just try to click here close to our point of origin for our first point. And as soon as I've clicked our first point to kind of indicate where we want to locate our rectangle, we're given some options on the command line. We can either specify the other corner point, which is what we've done with our first set of rectangles, or we can click area, dimensions, or rotation. Notice that you can manually click on these options in the command line, or you can type the highlighted letter of each option. So I'm going to type the letter D and enter. And now I am prompted for the length of the rectangle itself. So if I want the length to be, maybe let's say 12 inches, enter. And now I am prompted for the width of the rectangle. Let's say 6 inches, enter. And so now you'll notice that that is the size of our rectangle, 12 by 6. And the last command prompt is telling me to determine the orientation of the rectangle. Specify other corner point. So the dimensions have been set, and now we just need to decide on which quadrant, based on where we started our rectangle, on which quadrant we want to locate our rectangle. So I'll click here to place that rectangle for now. And so if you're following along, you should practice the commands on page 3-4 to draw a rectangle that has a length of 16 feet by 8 feet width. So I'm going to zoom out. That's quite a bit larger than the rectangles we've drawn originally. So click on the rectangle icon to begin our command. Click to start. Type D, enter, to initiate the dimensions option. And the length of our triangle will be 16 feet. Notice that I have entered the apostrophe to indicate feet, as the default unit increments is inches, and typed enter. And then I am prompted for the width of our rectangle, which as indicated on page 3-4 is 8 feet. Enter. So you can see this rectangle is much larger than what we drew, and the last step of the command is to indicate which orientation I want our rectangle to be located, our 16 foot by 8 foot rectangle. So click to place, and that's it. That is the basic rectangle command as introduced in our textbook. So please complete those exercises and follow the next video for the next command.